All right, we've talked about converting within the metric system, and we have worked on converting centimeters to millimeters and millimeters to back, or millimeters back to centimeters. And so I want to show you a different way and introduce you to a different way within the metric system that you can convert. And what's really nice about the metric system is that we have base units of measure and we have prefixes. And regardless of what we're doing in the metric system, it's always the same. So I've made a little number line here, and this center line here is where our base unit is. And the base units that we've talked about so far are meters, grams, and we haven't talked so much about volume yet, and that's liters, so we're going to leave that for a different discussion. So my base unit are meters, and that's what I use for weight. I'm sorry, not weight, but that's what I use for length, for measuring length. And my grams then is what we use for weight. So like I said, in the metric system we have prefixes that kind of define what we have here. So the three prefixes over here that we're going to look at is kilo, hecto, and deca. If I have a decameter, let's say, that means I have 10 meters. If I have a hecto, that means I have 100, whatever my base unit is. And if I have kilo, kilo means 1,000. So if I have a kilogram, and we've learned about a kilogram of body weight, if I have a kilogram, that's the same thing as saying that I have 1,000 grams. And that's something that we've worked with because we converted between pounds and kilograms. So for every kilogram I have, that kilo, the prefix kilo means 1,000, so I have 1,000 grams. Now on the other side of the number line, this is where we start getting into smaller units. We have a deci, we have a centi, and we have a milli. Now a deci is 1/10 of whatever our base unit is. A centi is 100 of what our base unit is. And a milli is 1,000. Or a milli is 1/1,000th of our whatever our base unit is. So we've looked at centi and centimeters and millimeters. And I'm going to show you how, instead of going through your calculations, how you can use this number line to convert between centimeters and millimeters and back. So let's start with our original incision size, all right, of 25 millimeters. And I want to know how many centimeters that is. Well, what I need to do is I need to find on my number line where the milli is, because that's what I'm starting with. And I want to go to centi. So I'm going one place to the left. So if I'm going to convert between milli and centi, what I need to do is find where my decimal point is, and with whole number it's always at the end. So to go from milli to centi, I simply go from milli to centi. I'm going one place to the left, so I simply move my decimal point one place to the left. So now I can say that my 25 millimeters is the same thing as 2.5 centimeters. So I didn't have to do any math. I just set up my number line and I moved accordingly. So let's go the other way. So let's say I have 12.5 centimeters and I need to know how many millimeters that is. Well, I find on my number line, I find where centi is, and I say I want to go to milli. That's one place, and I'm moving it one place to the right. So I find my decimal point over here at my 12.5, and I move that one place to the right. So now my 12.5 now becomes 125 millimeters. Okay? So that's how you use the number line to convert within the metric system.